keep telling us that Doctor Who is still popular, that it's getting huge numbers. Doctor Who overnight ratings for Lux collapsed 21% to hold record for least watched episode of all time. 60 years, 6 decades, and it's the lowest. But sure, keep telling us, keep trying to gaslight us into thinking that Doctor Who is still popular. Doctor Who is being written for a certain group of people, and everyone else is like, you know what? We're done. We're tired of it. So you guys can have your crappy little Doctor Who. For us, it's Doctor Who Cares now. But 60 years of legacy is easily being destroyed because they're not that creative anymore. The second episode of the second season of Doctor Who, Lux, is out, and fans have tuned out of the show at an alarming rate that bodes ill for the possibility of survival. I mean, I probably wouldn't go that far because Disney or the BBC or whatever, they're gonna be stupid, like, oh, we're gonna keep it going. It's clearly losing us viewers, but it doesn't matter. We get to push an agenda. The Disney Plus era of Doctor Who, under showrunner Russell T Davies, who can't write a good fucking story anymore, apparently, has been met with universal fan disdain, as the show has leaned heavily into identity politics and an extreme left, which it's always been that way, but Russell T Davies had a way of having his message, but also making the episode fun for people who may not agree or vote the same way as he does. Or not vote, but, align with the same values. So, but no, he can't do that now. Instead, just has to be slop writing and forced messages. So you have this story about a freaking dude who travels through time and space in a police box, and it's taking backseat to, oh hey guys, let's have stories about abortions, let's have stories about this, let's racisms and climate change, and that's all well and good, but make the story good, make the characters good, make it entertaining. When you start getting preachy, and then it's just 60 years. Obviously, keep that number in mind because that's the legacy of Doctor Who. It's been around for 60 years. And they are easily destroying 60 years of legacy of the show because they are more concerned with pushing a message and making it as modern as possible than to just tell good stories. It started with the 60th anniversary special trilogies, where David Tennant returned after the show's first push toward wokeism with a female iteration of the Doctor. Jodie Whittaker was like, it was her face like the entire time. Tennant was hoped to revive interest in the show, but Davies inserted cringy dialogue lecturing him on being a male-presenting Time Lord, while insulting fans by putting a transgender character and naming him Rose So again, for people who don't know, this character Rose is Donna Noble's daughter, and it is a biological male who is pretending to be a woman. And then at the end of the episode, they have the audacity to tell the Doctor, who was just previously a woman, telling them that, he's male presenting and he doesn't know the struggles of a woman. And this is coming from a biological man who has a penis, telling the Doctor, who was just previously a woman, telling them that they don't know the struggles of women. Make it make sense. It got worse under Nkudigatwa's era, with lectures to white people about racisms, pro-abortion rants, and an infamous episode where the Doctor abandons his companion to go make out with a man. Because, that's the cool, hip, new, modern thing to do. Fuck friends. You gotta do it, you gotta do it. If they're in danger, who cares? You gotta get that noodle wet. Because who cares about loyalty anymore? Who cares? It's all about being self-serving and selfish, and living in the moment and thinking what's best for you, not with anyone else, and everything the Doctor represents, you know, everything the Doctor represents. That was First Christmas, yeah, we know. The lowest came with episode 7 of 8, episode 7 of the 8-episode season, Legend of Ruby Sunday, 2.5 million overnight. Audiences are not interested in the gay black doctor who constantly lectures them on identity politics. The second season opened with a paltry 2 million, even for the debate. Yeah, the fact that it's 2 million, the first episode of any season should always have the most views. Like, this should have been 5, 6, 7, 8 million people. I mean, David Tennant was able to pull in like 11, 12 million people. But the first episode of the new season, and it's 2 million. But yeah, Doctor Who is still popular, right? I'm not saying Doctor Who is dying like some of the other people. I'm just saying if it did die or went on hiatus, I don't think anyone would care. I don't think anyone would care. Million even 2 million even for the debut of a new companion, Varada Sethu, as it appeared after last season's dismal response from fans. Many walked away instead of coming back to see if the producers might write. Of course they won't. They don't care. However, once again, the show has set records with Lux as the new lowest rating Doctor Who episode of all time. 60 years, 6 decades, the lowest. But people are still liking the show, right? Still popular. The show only posted 1.58 million viewers, a 21% drop, as even those who tuned in to see the premiere have walked away. As a contrast, the first season of Nakutigawa only had about an 8% drop from episode 1 to episode 2, with people giving the show a small chance to redeem itself before the numbers began to slump. Most of this season's episodes were filmed last year, leaving little room for correction for the show's direction. After last season's dismal numbers were posted. Russell T Davies has ultimately indicated he wants to double down on Doctor Who, turning into heavy political agenda-based shows and interviews, and it seems like audience have finally had enough. May it disappear into a relevancy. Yeah. Again, well, I'm not saying, oh, the show's dying. I hope it does. I hope it is. Because this is not Doctor Who. Again, the Doctor doesn't abandon people to go make out with others. This is this whole liberation era that people are going through. Like, oh yeah, no one can hold us down. We're gonna do what we want to do because blah, 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 blah. I can identify with however I want, and no one can say anything. This whole rebellious. I mean, it happens once in a while with generations, but we have media now where it slips into, and they're taking the Doctor, who has always been very compassionate to his companions, who would never just leave his companions to go fucking make out with someone. Now because it's the young hip thing to do. Fuck personal attachments and concerns. You do you. You slay, Queen. Slay. So, it's modern day. Modern day. That's all it is. Modern day. But I really hope it does just disappear. I hope it just does disappear. The show's just losing viewers. They're destroying 60 years of history with the show. It just needs to go away. Clearly, Russell T Davies doesn't have any real passion for Doctor Who anymore, and he just sees it as yet another outlet to push his bullcrap. Where he used to be good at pushing bullcrap and making it fun for people who may not have agreed with him, now he's just pushing bullcrap, and even a lot of the people who are normally eating that crap up are like, okay, it's enough. I'm done. So when you keep pushing it to the point where your own side has enough of it, has had enough of it, What do you do then? You just double down? Apparently, because they're gonna be like, oh, it's all right wingers. Yeah, because right wingers are totally the main audience for Doctor Who. People are tuning out. Clearly, it's not right wingers. It's mostly left wingers, and even they're tuning out. So what does that say about the show? When people on your own side are tired of watching it. But modern day, who fucking cares? Who cares? You want to destroy 60 years of history with the show? Whatever. They've been doing this with Star Wars, they're doing it with Doctor Who, they're doing it with Star Trek, they're doing it with fucking Lord of the Rings. Anything that's had legacy, it's like they're actively seeking to destroy. So, because it's modern day and they can get away with it. But anyway, lowest viewing, lowest of all time in 60 years. It's the lowest episode. But sure, keep trying to tell us that people are enjoying the show. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.